Hello, it's Monday morning. I'm on like a mid-morning break for 10 minutes. Yeah. Following on from last week's discussion of my horrible sleeping pattern, last night was actually a pretty good night for sleeping. I slept from 12 to 6:30 with no waking, no lying, looking at my phone. A successful night. I also did a face mask, which I think helps just to, yeah. So yeah, I'm ready to go for this week. I have done my little spinny thing. So going by that clip, you will know that my first book of this week is The Henna Wars, which I'm really, really excited about. I am doing my TBR this week, so I will not explain what the book's about just now. Go watch that. But yeah, I'm really excited about that. I don't know, I just feel like I'm in such a happier mood from last week. So I have changed one of my ratings from last week. So for Dubliners, I've changed it from a 4 stars to a 3.5, just because I think the confusion on some of the stories definitely had an impact on my enjoyment. So it had to go from a 4 to a 3.5, but still an enjoyable book. I don't think that was anything legible, but still an enjoyable book. I'm going to go now because my break's coming to an end, so I will update you when I have started The Henna Wars. Morning! It's Tuesday morning. I read last night, surprisingly. So, The Henna Wars, so you have the two main characters who are Nishat and Flavia, who they are both from immigrant families living in Ireland. They used to be friends in primary school, then Flavia's mum moved her away because of a divorce in the family. She's moved back so Flavia can get to know her dad's side of the family. Turns out her cousin China used to be friends with Nisha until she embarrassed her and made racial rumours. And they've been enemies ever since. And they're in their transition year in Ireland. I don't know what the school system's like over there, I do apologise. And their project for business is to open and start their own business, and companies have donated, and whoever gets the best profit and basically wins the competition gets €1,000. Nishat decides to do henna because it's something she's been practicing at and she's really good at. Flavia decides to do the same, and there's a talk about cultural appropriation, and Nishat is like, well, this is for my culture, I feel proud about it, I don't really feel like you should do it. And Flavia's like, but it's an art form, nobody claims an art form. I'm pretty sure watercolours were like cultural appropriation at one point. I'm just like, yeah, but... And it's really weird, like, so Flavia is her mum is Brazilian and her dad's Irish, and for Nishat, both her parents immigrated from Bangladesh. So part of me is like, yeah, Nishat is right in this sense because it is her culture. Part of me is thinking, I don't know what the Brazilian culture is like, so I don't know. You know, I do think Nishat is correct though, and it's pretty obvious. Literally in the first chapter, you know that Nishat fancied Flavia when she was younger. She tells her mum and dad as well in the first chapter that she is lesbian, and well, you get it from the back that yeah, they weren't happy about it. They actually get family members to come around and tell her that it's a disease. If Adiba plans on giving these parents an redemption arc, it needs to be soon, because like I said, I'm 50% of the way through and they are still a-holes, I will say. So yeah, what I've just said isn't spoiler. You can get it from the back of the blurb, you can get it from Goodreads. I think from now on, anything I will say would be spoiler. So if I do spoil anything, I will put the caption at the beginning of the part and I will put the time slot to skip to, but I plan not spoiling this one because I'm enjoying it so much that I don't think it should be spoiled. I think everyone should read this. Yeah, so I read 192 pages last night in 2 sprints when Gavin at How to Train Your Gavin did his book sprint, his reading sprints or productivity sprints. I'm liking that. I actually edited the TBR video that's up from this week as well during the first 2 sprints, uploaded it and then read this. I read them pages within an hour and 15 minutes, I'll say, because there were 2 45-minute sprints. I didn't read for the full amount of one of them. So, wow, very quick reading book. At this moment, it is a... Do you know what? No, I'm not going to tell you the star rating. I do have a star rating in mind, but I'm not going to tell you what it is. But I hope I should finish this tonight. Or tomorrow if I, suddenly get tired. But yeah, that's my update for now. I will update you tonight when I have either finished or have read more of this book. Hello, it's Tuesday night. My screen looks a bit bigger, what you can see. That's because I've got my new iPhone 12. Wow. I'm not sure if the camera's better than my old one. I think it might be a bit worse. But hey ho, we move. It still looks okay. We're alright. Hopefully. If not, I don't know what I'm going to do. But anyway, I finished The Henna Wars literally about half an hour ago. Oh, I enjoyed this so much. I loved this book. Did it end the way I thought it would? One way, yes. Another way, absolutely not. There's still a couple of things that at the ending I was like not really happy that this wasn't worked out and that wasn't worked out. So it's not a 5-star. Is it a 4.5 star? No, it's 4. It's a 4-star. It felt very quick, which doesn't surprise me because it's a YA book, so it felt quick. But yeah, I loved it. 4-star. If anyone needs a good, you know what? Read it. If you haven't read it, read it. I love it. It's such a good book. Do I know what I'm reading next? Nope. I'm going to do my little spinny wheel and see. So that should be your next clip. Sorry, it rocked there. I had my hand on the chair. But yeah, I'm also going to go wash the face and potentially do another face mask. Maybe a sheet one tonight, I'm not sure. Yeah, so finished. Loved it. If you haven't read it, read it. Adiba's writing is quite amazing. So the emotions that Nishat feels with her parents, you felt them. Even though I'm not Bangladeshi, I could still kind of see where it was coming from. And just the different opinions that different people in her life had. Yes. So I know that this is a standalone. I would actually love it if there was a sequel. Just 10 years in the future, show me what everyone's doing. That's all I need to know. So yeah, finished. Won't be picking up another book tonight because I still need to finish setting up new phone. 9th of March, 3 books down. 4 to go that I own. 1 that's hopefully going to come this week. Because I can imagine I'm going to message Waterstones, going to be like, we can't help you. But anyway, so yeah, that's it for now. So the next clip you will see will be the spinny wheel thing, picking my next book. Hello, it's Wednesday morning. You will have just seen the wheel being spun again, and it came up with a lot of initials. So that book is the Falling in Love montage. I couldn't be bothered typing it all out last night, I will admit. So yeah, this book is about Saoirse, who has had a breakup and she's determined that the summer before uni will be the best thing ever. She's going to have loads of kisses, no relationship, she's going to have fun. And then Ruby enters her life, who is like a rom-com lover, I think, and she's like, why don't we have this relationship, well, this friendship, but without all the fluffy stuff? So yeah, looking forward to reading this. Do I think it will go as quickly as the Henna Wars? Possibly, because it's a YA rom-com. So I might just dive into it and read quickly. I don't feel as tired. Touch wood. I have had 2 really good nights of sleep. I have slept from, I think last night it was about midnight I fell asleep because I was answering a text at like before then. Touch wood, I will have a good night's sleep tonight and I won't fall asleep while reading this book. But yeah, looking forward to it. So I will update you when I have started and am some way through the book and I don't know why I am talking like this. Morning. It's Thursday. Guess who didn't read or film last night? So I don't know how I've been saying my sleep's been really good and I felt really energetic yesterday. Yeah, that lasted till about 6 last night and then I slumped. I finished work, got about doing adulting things, had to go to the shop, etc. Came home, literally set up filming and then I was chatting to one of my friends, and next thing I know, I'm literally nodding off like no tomorrow. My bags are back. So I was literally like, I'm not forcing myself to film because it would be bad. I'm not forcing myself to read because I won't remember any of it. So that's where we're at. Luckily I am taking an hour lunch today instead of half an hour. So I should be able to film then. I did do some cleaning though. So no update for now, but I will update when I have filmed and uploaded and... Oh, my emails are finally working. Sorry, I'm filming this while my emails are doing something. So yeah, tonight I will hopefully update you. Well, I will update you with filming, uploading, and where I've got to with the reading. So that's it for now. And I promise the hair will be brushed. Hello. It's Friday morning, about 11 o'clock. I've started the Falling in Love montage. Well, I started it last night. I've read 77 pages, which is about a 5th of the book. It's okay so far. The main character I switch between not liking and having sympathy for. So her name's Saoirse, but literally within the first 2 pages... Where is it? Oh yeah. It's Saoirse, by the way. I know Saoirse Rona's been on the international tour of duty telling everyone it's Saoirse, and God knows she's a national treasure, but it's Saoirse. It's Saoirse. I don't know why the poor girl won't pronounce her own name the way I want. And then minor spoiler, I'll say, her dad... So it turns out her parents have divorced because her mother got early onset dementia and they've been divorced a couple of years. She's in a home. Her mum doesn't know who anyone is. She keeps calling Saoirse Claire, who's her mum's sister. But Saoirse's still like, no, they're still together, even though they're divorced, still together. So her dad's fallen for someone. He wants to propose and she's like, you're cheating on mum. He's not cheating on anyone. They have divorced. Your mother doesn't know who he is. He's very young, so there's a 10-year difference between her mum and her dad. Her mum's like 55, her dad's 45. The poor man can't go on the rest of his life being lonely because your mum... And don't get me wrong, dementia is horrible. But he has to be able to move on with his life. And one of the loves of his life, doesn't remember who he is. He's been with her since he was like 18. It's not really fair to expect him to like keep thinking that he's gonna get back with her. It's not fair. The romance as well, very quick. I'm not liking it. So yeah, a bit iffy at the moment, but I'll carry on reading it. I do want to read to read about 160 pages tonight, so hopefully it means on Sunday I can finish, because tomorrow is the basically readathon day. I remember the name of the one day one, and the prompt is to read a book that's been on your TBR shelf for longer, so I am still dithering between the Borgias and the magic one. A Declaration of the Rights of Magicians. Oh my god, by H.G. Parry. How did I not remember that? Both of them have been on my shelf since like last June. Well, H.G. Parry was July because I got it for my birthday. So either or really. So yeah. I am also trying to upload my February wrap up. It's been uploading since 8 o'clock. It is 10 past 11. It's uploaded 3%. I still have 3 hours to go according to YouTube. My internet hates me. YouTube hates me. Not a great start to Friday. So not a big update, but I've gone over 100 pages. I still don't like Saoirse. Or Saoirse, or however you want to say it, Saoirse, however you want to pronounce it. I get she's a teenager. Well, she's 18. She's going to university next. But she whines a lot. I'm sorry, this whole thing about not liking her dad's fiance, and he cheated on mum. He didn't cheat on your mother. He started seeing this person when your mother and father started the divorce proceedings. Your mother has early onset dementia. That's horrific. I have family members who have had dementia and Alzheimer's. I know how impactful that can be. But to accuse your father of cheating on your mother, who he divorced, by the way, so that the assets could be split easier when she passed away, I think. And she doesn't even know who he is. She doesn't know who you are. He didn't marry this person straight away. He's waited a couple of years. So I think, if I remember correctly, she was about 15, 16 when her mum went into the care home. And she kind of like, she's like, oh, but he's cheating because she's still here and she's not old and she can still do some stuff. Physically, she may not be old, but mentally, that lady is in her early 20s. So it turns out her mum didn't meet her dad until her mum was in her early 30s and her dad was in his early 20s. So he wasn't 18, but near enough. 10-year age gap. Less said on that, the better. I know it's not massive, but I still think it's a bit like, please ignore bed, I need to make it. But this man has spent 20 years with this woman. He has loved her for 20 years. It is probably killing him to not be with her right now and to have to find someone else. But he is lucky that he has found someone who A, is happy to take you on as his stepdaughter, and 2, understands what's happened, is ready to go at his pace. She's never met this fiance because he knew she wouldn't want to meet her. Has his fiance pushed for this? No, she's happy to go at their own pace. She is a whiny child about it. She's also talked about her breakup with her ex. She thinks it's come out of the blue, but her best friend's like, I saw it coming for a while, and now she's not friends with that best friend anymore. It's making me dislike the book, and I don't want to DNF it, but here's my issue. If there is, so I've always thought if there's a crap plot but good characters, fab, great, I can like a book. If there is a great plot but rubbish characters, it brings a book down. And at this moment in time, that's what I'm feeling. I'm thinking this could be a great plot, but the dislike of the main character isn't good. I don't hate her, I just literally think she's a whiny child, but hey ho. I'm going to keep going after work, obviously. I'm just on a 10-minute break because my emails are frozen like they have all day. It's really frustrating. Thankfully my boss understands that it's not me, because it always happens to me. It's great. But I'm literally reading it and I'm just like, you're a child, and the actual plot with this person, it's not the best. It's okay at the moment, but I can see it developing into something better. At the moment, I am liking the side characters more. So I want to know more about her dad and his fiancée. And I want to know about, she's got this friend, but she calls him a mortal enemy, and it's like, your friends, get over it. He's like snarky. I want to know more about him. Her love interest, I want to know more about her, because she's 18, but her family, so she's from England, but her family have gone travelling, and instead of letting her stay at home, they've sent her to a family in Ireland for 3 months. So I want to know what that backstory is. And she's also cousins with the mortal enemy. And I'm understanding now why it's feeling rushed, because it is just meant to be a summer romance. But it's a bit like, they've only like kissed like twice, and she's like made a list of things not to do. It's like, don't fall in love, don't say weird. I'm like, it's been a week and 2 kisses, you're not even on a date yet. Love? Yeah, so hopefully when I read more tonight I'll enjoy it more, but I'll go now because it looks like my emails are working again. Hello, it's Friday evening. Do you know how I was struggling to like this book earlier? I was thinking to myself while I finish work, I'd love a reading sprint tonight, just to try and get me in that mood where I know I've got half an hour to read and I can stop. And I was going to go onto people's YouTube channels and look back. But I'm part of JD Ray Reads Patreon, and she's announced she's doing a reading sprint tonight with Steph at Steph Loves, which is about to start in a couple of minutes. I can't wait. They normally do sprints for about 45 minutes, so that'll be a good way to get a chunk of this book read. And then obviously tomorrow is the Basically Readathon, but it's also Mother's Day on Sunday. My sister and my nephew, who are part of my bubble, are coming up to spend time with Mum, and we're all spending time together. So I probably won't read much tomorrow during the day, but it doesn't start till 12. So I've got 12 tomorrow till 12 Sunday to get the book read. I think I'm going to attempt the Borgias just to get that book out of the way. Sorry, I've got a mint in my mouth. So yeah, I will update when I have started. Well, I'll update when I've read more. And fingers crossed the sprint starts soon. I hope you've realised that all I'm going to do is complain about this book and this character. I've read 60 more pages. Saoirse and Ruby have gone to see a drive-in movie. The car's battery has died, and Ruby's like, oh, can you ring your parents to help? And Saoirse's like, oh, she don't know. She don't want to talk about her mum having dementia. She don't want really feelings to come into the relationship. She's like, no, my dad will kill me. She's like, well, what about your mum? And she's like, no, mum can't do this. Oh, isn't that sexist? And she snaps at her going, she can't come and help. You haven't told her your mum is in a home with dementia. You cannot snap at the girl. On the plus side, I am liking Saoirse's relationship with Oliver, the mortal enemy. That is going to be a friendship. If that doesn't turn into a best friend relationship, I will cry. But yeah, let's see what happens in the next 60 pages. That gets me angry. Joking, I think. It's been 16 pages since I last talked to you. Saoirse in this chapter, do you know what? This is spoilery, I'm really sorry. Well, no, is it? No, not really. So Saoirse was packing up the house for them to move. Dad had to go do something with Mum. Beth turned up, turns out they meant to go wedding dress shopping. Saoirse was like, oh, I'll go with you. They have a really nice little bonding moment, I'll say, over the fact they're terrified of the shop lady. Then Saoirse runs into her ex. Beth walks away so they can talk, but there's Saoirse like, no, I need to go. And then Beth comes back and she's like, oh, do you want to talk about it? And Saoirse's like, no, we're never going to be friends. We're not friends, Beth, okay? I know, but I'd like to be. I don't have a lot of friends here. It's hard to get to know anyone when you move to a town where everyone's been best friends since they were 4. It's kind of lonely. Her vulnerability was excruciating. I couldn't bear someone being that needy. It made me want to claw my own skin off. Imagine admitting to anyone that you were lonely. Wouldn't you just die? I really don't have that problem, I said. If you say so, Beth replied. You know where to find me if you change your mind. Where does she get off being so effing understanding all the time? She is being nice. This woman has done nothing wrong. Nothing wrong. She has admitted that she wants to be your friend because she loves your dad, basically, and she wants to make sure your dad's happy. Because I'm pretty sure Saoirse's dad is hurting inside from the fact that the woman he loves doesn't know his daughter, and his daughter has made it very clear she don't want to know what the woman loves. I hate her. The thing is, I kind of understand where she's coming from, because obviously she loves her mum's life, But at the same time, they're never going to get back together. Your poor mum has dementia. She would not want your dad being on his own for the rest of his life. Now, unfortunately, dementia and Alzheimer's does shorten a lifespan. And I don't think her mum would want her dad to be alone for like the majority of his life. And I know she's a teenager, but she's 18. She's going to Oxford apparently in September. She's 18. She's an adult. It's time to start acting like an adult. It's making me not want to read the book. And I hate that. I hate the fact I don't want to read the book. It's 10:20. I've got 100 pages left till I've finished. And the inevitable has happened. Ruby has found out about her mum. Saoirse has flipped and like, I didn't want this, you knew we split up, And Ruby's like, well, it's changed for me. And Saoirse's like, well, it's not for me, so we can just go back to normal. And Ruby's like, no, not happening. And she's crying, upset, and I'm like, did you not see this coming? You've been telling yourself, you've been imagining what it's like in the future. So yeah, probably going to finish this book tonight. But I'm still not liking him. I'm liking the other characters more than I'm liking her. That's not really good. I think I might start to like Saoirse. She's having a conversation with someone who she fell out with. And just like, in their version of events, I sound selfish and petty. Maybe she was right. Yes, you are selfish and petty about a lot of things. And if by the end of this book, she's realised that and changed her ways for good, yes, it'll be cliche, but by God, it will make me like her a lot more. Back to reading. So it's 11 o'clock. Yes, you're weirdly showing again because I'm holding in my hand. But I finished. The Falling in Love montage, 3.5 stars. The main character, let me let it down, I'll be honest. She was acting like a toddler, not like an adult. Let's be honest, you go to university, you're an adult. You're 18, you are an adult. She was very selfish. She thought of no one but herself. Even at the end, it was kind of like her dad tried to apologise. Well, he did apologise. Bear in mind, these two do not have an emotional relationship at all. They do not talk about things. Put it this way, did I have a really emotional relationship with my dad? No. But we still talked about things when it needed to be talked about. We didn't brush it to the side. And this is what they do. So he's literally trying to have a genuine conversation with her about how he feels about her mum and etc. And she's just like, yeah, but you were selfish. No, here's the thing. So, minor spoiler, don't really affect anything. She has always thought her dad put her mum into an old people's home. Into a dementia-friendly home. Because he didn't want to look after her and he was being selfish because he just wanted his new missus. No, the talk of her going to a home came about when he was stuck in traffic coming home from work. She was trying to look after her mum. She got really frustrated, like you do, because she was about 15, not surprised. Really frustrated, she couldn't go meet a girlfriend. Shouted at her mum. Her mum then started shouting as well. Her mum pushed her away, and she dropped some salad that had some dressing on it, and she slipped and burnt her hand. And that's when her dad was like, right, she's going into home. But she was still like, but it was your feelings that you took consideration. You were selfish putting mum in that home. So yeah, I think it was that. She laid it down. Still good writing though, because obviously, again, it's a bit like Seven Lies. It's a good sign. It's a sign of a good writer. And I think it doesn't get as low a rating as Seven Lies, because this girl's not a psycho. She's just, odd. And the side characters made up for it. I mean, I want more of Oliver and more of Beth and Rob, her mum, her stepmom, and her dad. I want more of them. But yeah, so 3.5 stars, which and it's my 4th book of the month read, which is good, seeing as it's the 12th. Is it the 12th? Yep, 12th. So it means tomorrow when the basically readathon starts at 12 o'clock. Well, apparently 11 o'clock our time, but I'm going for 12 o'clock. I can just start the book that I want to start, which will most likely be The Borgias. I think I just need to admit I need to get that read. Yeah. So I will update you when I start that. It probably won't be till the evening though. Because my sister, who is part of my bubble, who is my bubble with my nephew, is coming around tomorrow for an early Mother's Day treat with my mum. So I'll have to spend time with them. Yay, which I will actually love. I love spending time with them. So yeah, most likely will be the evening when I start reading, although depending on how busy I am in the morning, I might sneak a couple of pages in. Yeah. But yeah, hey ho. I will speak to you all tomorrow at some time. Hello, it's gone 9 o'clock in the evening on Saturday. I have started my book for the basically readathon until 12 o'clock tomorrow at lunch. I'm 100 pages into the Borgias. I'd split this into 7 sections. I have 5 more sections to go. I already knew this family was interesting. I didn't realise how interesting. I am enjoying it. I am kind of regretting pushing it back, like reading it wise, which I found with quite a few of the books from last year. So I think that needs to be a rule for next year. If I think I enjoy a book, I read it within 2 months again, something like that. So my plan is to just read until I fall asleep tonight. I have no plans for tomorrow. Ideally, I'd love to just have 100 pages remaining for tomorrow, so during Maddie's reading sprints, I can get it read. Let's see what happens. At this moment, I've got to the part where, like it's fictional, I've just got to the part where Alexander VI, Pope Alexander VI, has started his reign, I will say, and you're finding out about his interest for his children and his favourite children and not favourite children, and their interesting habits they've picked from their father. I still find it very weird that at this moment in time, popes and cardinals were openly but not openly having families. Not very Catholic-y, but yeah, enjoying it. I can't really say too much. It's not very YouTube friendly material, I will say. Morning, it's 11:55 on Sunday, hence no brushed hair and still in pyjamas. I have finished The Borgias. A good book. See, when it comes to like history books about people, I'm a bit like, there's not really much I can critique, if that makes sense. So it's definitely I think I'm gonna go with 4 stars just because of what I know of this family already. Some of what the author has said is a bit like, actually, where he's like, oh, there's no evidence of this, and it's very and there's little evidence for this, and it's just gossip, and I'm like, actually, maybe the research I know is different than the research he's done. But I finished it. which means I did the basically readathon for this month, which I'm really happy about. And it means that book is finally off my TBR. So maybe, yeah, when it comes to history books, I don't stress myself on reading it so quickly. I do have another history book coming next month. That is from an author, Nathan Amin, of the Beauforts. I read last year. I really, really enjoyed that. I did read that in like 4 days, I think. So I'm looking forward to that one. I can't remember who. I think it's a Tudor one. It's coming out next month. So looking forward to that. But yeah, I think I'm going to wrap up this vlog now because I'm not reading again today. I have some book mail from yesterday I need to put in my book journal and put on Goodreads. I need to write up my notes for the Borgias and the Falling in Love montage. And there goes my bottle of Coke that was empty. So I need to write my notes up for them. I need to brush my hair, go shopping as well, do the thumbnail for this, edit this, and then upload. Next week, I'm not sure how much I'm going to read from my actual March TBR because it's Becca's Bookopolis on the weekend. I am going to do a separate vlog for that. But one of the rules-ish, I think, is that if you're already halfway or you've started a book that can go with the prompt coming up, you can include it and that can still be a book. Now, the 2 prompts for next week is, that just released, I should say, for the 40-hour readathon, is a dark cover and a fantasy. Now, I have 2 books in mind that I want to read, one for each prompt, or they can both actually fit both prompts. So I may be thinking, because I have 3 days off this week, past Shelley was very optimistic that she may be able to meet family in person and go drinking for St. Patrick's Day. Obviously not happening. So my thinking is on the Friday, as well as trying to sleep early so I can do the full live stream on YouTube, the reading sprint, I should say. I might start the first 2 books so I have them already done. Because it starts at midnight on Saturday and I will probably be very, very tired despite how much I will want to sleep on Friday. So yeah, that's it. A good week. So 2 Sapphic romances and a very interesting family read. A good week, I should say. So yeah. Until next time, which will be on Friday, because it should be next week's Monday, Friday vlog. Bye guys.